miles per hour for Reed Sorensen. Don't forget, after Dallas Morning News qualified, we've got the concert from Pat Green, the Samsung Mobile. New Orleans Saints, Reggie Bush, now a spokesman for Red Bull.
Roland here at Texas Motor Speedway, and it's really exciting today to tell you about what's happening there. Just started the qualifying out there for the Cup cars, but we're at the M&Ms trailer over here, and it's a Kyle Busch trailer, and we've got here with us Roger Marsh from Raceway Ministries, and we've got Brian, who has taken over the vendor. These are all the vendors. We're on vendor row right here, where all the vendors sell the t-shirts, the Dale Earnhardt t-shirts, the Kyle Busch t-shirts. Do you sell M&Ms here, Brian?
No, we don't.
Oh, bless his heart. He'd probably sell out if he's had M&Ms. But anyway, we're gonna have Roger tell you the story about how the vendor ministry started. It was in 2001, right after Dale Earnhardt was killed. But this is a great story of God's work in the world of motorsports ministry. Come on, Roger, tell us about it.
All right, thanks, Roland. Several years ago, back in 2001, Raceway Ministries really took off, sadly, out of the death of Dale Earnhardt. The racing community began to ask questions that they didn't have answers for concerning eternity and life and death, and so they turned to Raceway Ministries to begin to address some of those issues. And one of the things that came out of that was a strong burden on the part of people who operate vendor row to be able to worship together, fellowship together, and essentially have a church on the move so that they could fellowship and function as God's people from week to week. And in the beginning, it was under the leadership of Don Rudd, and the ministry took place out of Dale Earnhardt souvenir trailer. And then as time went by, all kinds of transitions and things changed in the racing world. And it just so happened to pass along to one of Don's primary helpers, Brian Watts, and his wife. And so Brian picked it up and has just really taken it to new levels to provide some excellent ministry and chapel services Sunday after Sunday for the vendors. So I'm going to let Brian tell the story of how things have developed since he's gotten involved with the leadership aspect of it. Brian?
Thank you, Roger. It's just a privilege to be out here to be able to serve what God has called us to do. Yeah, it's tragic the way it got started because of the death of Dale Earnhardt, but God opens doors in any way He can to get His ministry and get His word out. As far as the vendors, we have got chapel services here at 6:15 on Sunday mornings. If it's a Saturday night race, we have them on Saturday mornings, so we still get our chapel service in. But we've got good friends like Roger that come out, do our chapel service for us here at Texas. At other places, we have good friends that come out. Bill Carpenter with MRO comes out a lot of times and does chapel service for us. We also have a song service that we bring also for all the vendors. So we have a 45-minute church here on Sunday mornings. We get an abbreviated service in because we have to open at 7. But we just are thankful to God that we're able to bring His word and to all the other people and all the vendors. And yeah, we've had race fans stop by with their dogs and fellowship with us also.
I just want to say a word of appreciation to Brian for his faithfulness. Along with the pressures of the business world and selling the souvenirs and all that goes with that, Brian and his wife Susan have been so faithful to be there week after week to be able to provide solid Christian ministry to these vendors and to some of the fans who come along. And I just want to challenge everyone out there to make sure that you pray for the vendor ministry and for Brian Watts as he leads that group. It's a great ministry opportunity in one of those little niche openings in the NASCAR world, and we need your prayers for it. So be sure and lift them up in prayer. Thanks, Roland, so much for your support. Thanks for everything you do, and thanks for letting us be on your website.
Thank you.
Well, it's a blessing to have Roger here. And when Roger said pray for Brian, let's pray for Roger too, because Raceway Ministries has done an awesome job. NASCAR is a sport where it's pretty competitive. And you kind of forget, we kind of forget what the importance of life is when we're in competition. So God bless you, Roger and Brian, and what you guys are doing. And thanks for being there for us and let us showcase what you're doing so we can take this message to the rest of our viewers and the rest of our readers of the magazine so that we can showcase what God's doing in the world of motorsports, and our partners can pray with us and for us that we're able to carry this message out and go more places and change more lives for Jesus Christ.